Then it's just here.
It just went live. I don't know.
Take everybody off, and then we run it. We might as well just go. There we go. We're cooking.
I don't see no button that says run the intro. No.
we fired our engineer, or he's running late. So this is what happens when you have this is what happens when you have the substitute teacher in. It's just like what's the last thing y'all did, and it's just like we're on page 1088 talking about futuristic technology, and it's just third grade math. So whatever, for the fruit entertainment. We're here, and we've been on for probably a minute, and we look super crazy right now. So it's amazing square hand here, aka Mr. AKA, and welcome everybody here. My co-host, our guest is here. No grand interest for you, so I'm sorry for that.
No problem. I'm here, man.
Logan, Shay, what's going on with
y'all? I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have this conversation. I'm sure this is going to be a great interview. We got an extremely interesting guest with a wonderful product, and I really want to kind of delve into his psyche and see more about his creative process and where he sees himself going from here.
I'm good. Just happy to have another show with you guys, and also interested to see what it took to put all this together.
You say, you get canceled. It's like the farewell episode.
Oh yeah.
But we do have TYRONE Motley here, ZEROSNAKE Media. He is an author with the manga Unrivaled, the story of Goku Tell 'em trying to become the Monkey King. So What's going on with you, sir? How you feeling?
I'm feeling excellent. I'm glad to be on the show. Appreciate everybody in here. Especially the interest in Unrivaled, man. I really do appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming on. So, tell us a little bit about your manga that you have.
Yeah, sure. So Unrivaled, right here. This is the first volume. I've been working on this project for over 5 years, probably close to more 6. And it started off as a one-shot comic, just to kind of get a concept out of a Monkey King and my own version. Then about after a year, I went back and I reread it. I'm like, I feel like there's more to this story that needs to be told. Right. So I just continued on crafting this out. So without going too much into the story, Unrivaled is basically a remix on a Monkey King folklore, as I said, but without magic and without reliance on the traditional narrative. So I try to build it up from scratch, and starting from the setting. So instead of it being in an Asian culture or Asian narrative, it takes place in West Africa. That's where it starts off at. So try to change everything that we think we know about manga and the Monkey King.
So you have this is taking place in the 1600s, correct?
That's correct. Yep.
So what was the just get the location, the time, the character, just like you've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years. So what's the process of just getting the world building? How long did that process take?
Yeah, world building was a huge part of my creative process. As I said before, Unrivaled is kind of a mix of a bunch of my interests, and world history is one of them. So I wanted to choose a time period that I could pretty much have a lot of liberties with, So it starts off I don't want to say too much, but we start off in a time of relative peace. You see Goku, son Goku, who was born Goku Tell 'em, and he's just doing his thing. But as we know, around the 1600s was a pretty controversial time for the continent of Africa. All right, we got transatlantic slave trade and that kind of stuff being introduced. So I took all these different kind of stuff into consideration. Unrivaled 1 is kind of getting people's feet kind of like into the waters. Like there's mention of like slavers and slave mercenaries, that kind of stuff. But I was basically trying to merge my love of history with my merge of anime. Yeah. So before we go to the next thing, when you actually start off reading Unrivaled, one of the first things you see is actually a world map, and a lot of the cultures and the villages that you see is actually this page right here. If you were to ever zoom up to about that area, you can see actual African, West African tribes and communities that were established there. So I definitely want to show Goku bouncing around and showing all the different attires and
Yeah, that's really cool. So like, are you going to be delving into any fictional elements, or like, how far are you going to be going into like the fantasy kind of like tone to the world?
Well, I wanted Unrivaled to maintain a level of like humanness. This is true to even as fight scenes. They might be cool or badass, but we don't really see people doing like things superhuman, like electrical powers and fires like that. I also want to keep like the internal problems that our characters go through to be realistic. So in the story, we have a situation with Goku and his older sister, and then they both go down different paths in their life, and we see how each of them has to deal with that. So I probably won't make it too fantastical, but at the same time, I do want it to continue to be a wow factor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, with your love of world history and such, did you know about like the Hebrew and stuff a lot before, or did you have to do a lot of research to figure out how you were gonna insert that into it?
It's kind of like a mixture of both. Like I was familiar with like Hebrewism in West Africa, like things like the Moors, and just studying Black nobility and history on my own personal leisure. Like I learned so much that I just wanted to show in the book, right? And it's like a constantly growing thing, right? So usually when I'm working on pages, I have something playing in the background. It's often a documentary of like nature, the world, or history. So let me see. So as I'm watching a lot of these things, I'm thinking, oh, cool, I want to show a little bit of this in that, I'm saying, or I might see a weapon that I haven't seen in manga yet. I'm like, yo, why has nobody used this yet? And I just might, write that down in my head and then just bring it out later. So it's an ongoing thing.
So I guess my question would be like, what throughout the 6 years of you creating this, like what kind of like, I guess like burdens or doubts that you had? Did you have any doubts, and did you have any burdens like, well, this may not be worth it? Just like, did you get to like a rough patch? Like, what were the negative aspects of it?
Oh, definitely. So you do sometimes encounter like negativity. Somebody just might not understand what your vision is, or the creative process, and they might just they might ask what's going on with the book that you've been working on for years, or they might say something discouraging, like how that you work slow or it's never gonna come, or something along that lines. And there's always the question of is this gonna sell, and how am I gonna sell it? But throughout the whole time, I had a deep confidence in it. I ain't gonna lie, like I just kept telling everybody, like, when this is done, like this is gonna blow everyone's mind, right? Because I have high taste in manga. Like, you know, I'm quick to put a manga down if it's too predictable or if the art style just doesn't seem too up my alley.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hopefully that answers some questions. My biggest concern would be, like, you know, after it's made, the marketing, the book touring, you know, those kind of things.
Okay. And when you when you look at art for inspiration, like
Yep.
what are some of your like go-to styles or like series that like you really admire the art of, manga wise?
Okay, for sure. Manga wise, I'm currently like fascinated with like Stenin and like more detailed manga like Vagabond and Berserk. So, you know, there's stuff like that. Every so often, I'll go back to the classics like Dragon Ball, or, you know, some lesser known manga like Shamo, which is generally like, if I could fall in love with the art style first, you know, then I could deal with a subpar like story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty picky my manga. So
Okay.
let's see if I can name another one. Like Old Boy. Old Boy is another really good manga that doesn't get too much shine. So I'm a big fan of hidden gems.
Yeah. Look at that.
You definitely named a couple with Vagabond and Old Boy and Berserk. The hiatus Prince, I guess the highest king was Hunter, right?
Yeah. Hunter x Hunter got number one, man.
Yeah, like Berserk's art is pretty crazy.
Yes.
I really like a lot of that, like you were saying, more detailed, because like I mean, like some of that stuff, like I get lost in like the blacks and versus the whites, you know, just
Right.
alone it'd be like the use of negative space is like crazy.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. And that's really where I get my inspiration from. And aside from manga, I get a lot of inspiration just from nature itself. Like I was just admiring nature just a few hours ago. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that kind of gets me hyped to, you know, want to draw more detailed backgrounds. I just imagine my characters like running through the field or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm just taking mental notes on like, how does a tree look? How does the bush come off of this tree or whatever? You know? Definitely.
Yeah.
So for the second part of this, do you see your like drawing style changing at all, or adapting?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question. That's a good question, and honestly, yes. I learned so much from when I first started Unrivaled to now. So much so that before the book came out, I had to go back to the first 2 chapters and like just touch up pages, make new pages, and get rid of some of the older stuff. And that's for 2 reasons. You know, as an artist, we're constantly, or should be constantly evolving, and, you know, learning more techniques. And like, and the second thing would be, sorry, I just lost it. I just lost it. Sorry.
Don't worry, get it back. Say
the question one more time. I got you.
Well, I said the word adapting, but you said it better. I couldn't think of the word evolving. Do you see yourself, your drawing style evolving from this one to the next one?
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. And the second thing would be that the equipment, I got the equipment upgraded since the first one shot, and then during that year, I actually got this Cintiq behind me. So I was able to, you know, go more in depth and feel more natural as I'm working on paper. So that's where a lot of the finer panels come, and people can just sit and admire for longer, because I was able to just zoom into like fucking max and just geek out.
Now, you got that Unrivaled trailer, like you playing back here. So,
yeah,
what was the most tedious? Is like doing the manga or doing the animation for, you know, the show that's going to come out? What part was the most tedious? Because I can see you got full control of what you draw on paper, but trying to transfer that to on the screen seems to be could be a little more difficult. It's just like, oh, I want to look this way, but just like kind of have less control of that. So which one was the most tedious part of putting paper to screen?
Yeah, I swear the creative process is like they both come with particulars in their field. Like when I'm working with manga, I have to work with screen tones, which for those who don't know, maybe it's like patterns and like the dots that you might see in pop art and comic books or stuff like that. So dealing with that is tedious and not something I have to do when animating. I can just use the fill tool properly. But animation, is the frame by frame, which is a whole nother ballpark. So, but just as far as my experiences so far with Unrivaled, creating the book has been the hardest part. So, like a page could easily take me from half of the week to the whole week. Where as opposed to the animation, I've been able to now hire other animators. I'll bust out an animatic and I'll have somebody work on one section and then I'll work on the other section. And then, it all comes back to me. Then I mix it down in house and have voice actors, come through, do their thing. They both are a handful, but I'll give it to the manga because it's pushed me to the very limit, man.
That's a paid taking a week. Jeez, that's nuts.
Yeah, like these artists, these like industry manga artists that have like teams and stuff that are like busting out 19 pages a week. That's nuts. And like I read a lot of like new manga. Like I read a ton of Viz stuff. So it's like a lot of people take that for granted. They're like, oh, this issue wasn't that great, or like some of them step down. It's like, yeah, well, they did. This is their 300th page this year.
Yeah,
so,
seriously, yeah, and that's another thing too. So you definitely had some people like that, and having a production team makes things so much easier. Like I do have somebody now who helps out with shading. This is my little brother. I hired him, and so things are speeding up. But currently at the time, those pages, man, and I'm a super perfectionist. Like I will tweak the levels and the contrast down all night until each panel looks right. So,
yeah, I mean, there is a popular thing on Facebook, or I guess it turned into a meme where they have when Pain was above the village, and on the manga it was a full spread, and it's like imagine just drawing all this, and then just it's like you just gotta get rid of it in the next page, and I was just
yeah,
it's not even worse. I don't want to ruin this masterpiece, but you got to turn the page at some point in time. So just I don't even want to know how long that took to just draw that full sheet of that old village, and then just above it's just like, man, I'm about to write this shit.
Yeah. Like Dr. Stone's like that. Dr. Stone has some incredibly intricate art just in random places. Like they'll make a loom or something to make clothing, and like the detail, like each plank of wood has a different like line pattern, and it's like the shading's not like, it's just crazy. Like that's just, I mean, that's what I need the team for, like what's it like with you? I see in the credits you work with several family members on your team. What's that like?
So yeah, as far as my family members, it's usually honestly for the pages it's just me drawing it, and I do majority of the shading. I do the final looking over, and I have, like I said, my little brother TYRONE. He helps fill in certain things, but I gotta like finalize it. The other people that you see in the credits is like you see Andrew, which is my uncle, who's a great investor in my work. So hats off to him. And finally you see Fiona Motley, which is my mother, and she's always like, that's Mama Dukes, you know what I mean? Like if there's a art event or anything, she's like making sure that I'm on top of everything, that the table looking good, you know. So hats off to her. So
Shouts out to keeping it in the family.
yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We do have one thing though. There are other people that are involved, and they came through the Kickstarter. So.
So from your first webtoon, you said AIM.
AIM, correct? Yeah.
Right. Where did your idea go from that to Monkey King? Like, where did that come from?
That's a very good, excellent question, man. You on the money. All right. So when I was working on AIM, which is an animated miniseries, you guys can view on my website, ZEROSNAKE.com, or on YouTube.
Oh, there.
Is he in the Matrix?
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a good answer, though.
Yeah, it's definitely a great answer. So we lost ZEROSNAKE, everybody.
Hopefully you hang up, call back, and then we'll finish this up.
Yeah, you can re-click the link if you can hear us. But
you have to remove him. I think you should remove him from the thing, because he got looking crazy right now.
Yeah, I should just leave him
there. There we go.
There we are.
Leave him there and just be like, "Here, this is Denzel for the day."
Yeah.
Yeah, but in case he doesn't come back, Unrivaled is the manga. It's on Amazon. You get it for the Kindle. Also, what's about how many pages you got? 200 some odd pages?
Yeah, probably about 200 pages. It's pretty sick.
Crazy art for the cover. Crazy details in the pages. But Logan got a copy of that. I might have to get it for my tablet. So I'm gonna just download it. That's what I'm gonna do. Is he jumping back in? Did you find him?
I don't know. I only heard one beat.
I'm sorry about that, guys. So sorry.
Nah, sorry. You got lost in the Matrix there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, man. But to answer your question real quick, the shift between from AIM going to a Monkey King was, as I'm creating AIM, it allowed me to blow off a lot of steam as a Dragon Ball fanboy. I'm saying, who didn't want to make just Dragon Ball Z fanboy animations? So it allowed me to do more supernatural fight scenes, people flying, people throwing beams and sort of that nature, which is all fun in games, all fun and good. But reading through Vagabond as a martial artist, it spoke to me a lot, in other manga like it. I'm just like, I want to portray a more honest warrior's journey, and I want to show the characters coming from nothing, undergo the classic hero's journey, but with my little own twist on it, and see where that goes. So, and that concept alone, took me a lot of it. That was half of it, and the other half was I wanted to mix my love of history and world folklore. Monkey King is a folklore. I wanted to do pretty much what Shrek did, but manga version, right? So just different concepts, people in history or folklores, do appear in Unrivaled and a remix with. Especially in the future, we got some stuff coming.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna have you. How can people get in touch with you before we do a lightning round? This where you get the book? I already said get on Amazon. So I did my part of the
Bet. Salute.
of my part of the press release. I did my part. But where can we find you? What's your socials?
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys want to check me out on Instagram, It's ZEROSNAKE.media, and you might want to hit the notification bell when you're on there because Instagram kind of iffy. As well as ZEROSNAKE.com. That's where you get this cool merch, and oh so much more, and including the book, sneakers, everything. ZEROSNAKE.com, and that's pretty much do it.
Yeah.
So you got the custom kicks. I heard. So just like, well, what the kicks looking like? I gotta see the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So first off,
that's fire right there.
Yeah, thanks, yo. So first off, it comes in a special collector's box designed by yours truly. Right, and then actually in this illustration, you see the main character Goku is actually wearing the very sneakers. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually the first in the line. We have the second one just has been revealed this year, and you guys can pre-order that on ZEROSNAKE.com. So here's the actual sneaker. Each one is made in Italy, in Italy's Shoe Valley, and they incorporate the main character Goku in there.
It's cold.
Yeah.
So, and
Okay.
100% authentic Italian leather.
That's dope.
It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I'm very critical on custom sneakers. I hate people that just get like, I'm gonna get these Akashi black Air Forces and I'm gonna kill the game. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, don't do that. Don't
done that.
Just waiting on Wish for 5 months for these $10 Akashi sneakers to come through. But no, them Joe's fire. I can dig it. So it's not too over the top, but I like simplicity works for the right things. But but it does show your own style and detail into it at the same time. So
thank you.
Hats off you went the correct way for that one.
Yeah, because it's like do I go as you said, the old fashioned way, like somebody get a pair of Adidas or Uptowns and just have my character drawn on it, or do I go a different direction, the actual direction? So which is what we did. We chose the model shoe from the ground up, the colors to complement particularly the first volume. Like we have the red because a lot of bloodshed shed. We have the more lamb natural tones because the book of Unrivaled overall color scheme is like a kind of yellow orangish. As for the second pair, and the first pair paid homage to the classical high top basketball sneaker. The second pair is more for fitness, like an athletic run, which features the secondary character again with the customary box art. And people can check those out at zerosnake.footwear.club.
All right, bet. Man, let's get into this lightning. I mean, if anybody had any more questions, Logan, Shay, you got any more questions? All right, let's jump into this quick lightning round real quick. Your 10 questions, either or. So let's get into it.
Okay.
White Air Forces or black Air Forces? Oh. What's the energy looking like?
White.
All right, so he's a superhero now. He's a hero.
I've been to I lived through the era, man. Is the white Uptowns with the big white T-shirt? I've been there, man. I mean,
well, excluding the lightning round, what was the biggest size of white tee you ever had? I'm trying to see how big was.
I'm a skinny dude, especially as a kid. I was a skinny dude, so like a large looked like a nightgown on me. But that's probably what I was rocking, a large.
Okay.
Shout out to the 6S white tees with the Jabot jeans.
It was an era, man. It was an era. Yeah, I'd beat it.
03 was a nasty era, but with the ball shorts underneath the jeans era, whew, that was a bad era right there.
Right. Oh god.
PlayStation, Xbox.
PlayStation. Come on, man.
All right, he's super too right now. He's super around.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel, DC.
Man, we talking about the books or the movies? Cause
just go ahead and say DC.
I'll give it to Marvel. Oh. They're making some cringe stuff. Right now, but DC is too. I'm just saying. I'm not Starfire. I'm not Starfire. I can't condone it, bro. I can't condone it, man.
Hey, ain't no judging here. Let's see. We got Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon.
Cartoon Network. That's a good thing. That's a good close one though. Close one.
We're gonna turn on Doug and Hey Arnold. We're gonna turn on all them boys. All right?
Yeah.
I see how it is. It's okay.
That's all right, man. Cartoon Network is where it's at.
Let's go with, let's go manga or the webtoon.
Gotta give manga. Yeah. The actually holding the book, it can't be that.
Okay. We're going. They just had the verses, so lots of Dipset.
Oh, Jada, let's go. We're in the locks.
Not everybody can do these and be perfect along the lines. Shout out to Cam. I know they took an L, but
Yeah. I'm saying respect to Killer Cam, Jim Jones. I'm saying y'all tough, but come on, man, you ain't going against the locks unscathed, man. And they got A in the locks, so.
Oh, we got the locks. We're gonna go with Goku or Naruto.
OG. I got pure respect. Goku. Let's go.
Okay. No. Yeah. There's no bias there because it's his character named Goku. Yeah. So it might be a little bit of bias there.
It ain't my Goku. So I ain't picking it because it's my Goku. Yeah. I'm just picking
Naruto
it because
didn't become the Monkey King. That's all I'm saying.
One has a goal and one likes to fight niggas. So I get it's a little difference there.
True.
What we got there? We got pancakes or waffles.
Waffles. Particularly chicken and waffles.
I'm not gonna shame you for that. We're gonna go with. I mean, anybody want to jump in? Please jump in.
I was enjoying that.
Autobots or Decepticons?
Oh, there we go.
Autobots or Decepticons?
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the bad guy.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
We going Decepticons, man.
Okay. And last one, Family Guy or South Park?
Damn, that's a good Family Guy. Good guy. I do like South Park though. Got some classics.
South Park got that nice deal. It's gonna be on forever. I think I got $900 million deal, something crazy like that.
Word?
Wow.
Man, they're gonna be on forever.
Full of Simpsons. Yeah,
for real. It's just gonna be like we're gonna be like 50, and they're gonna be still coming out with South Park.
There will be an audience, or
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that wraps it up for today. We appreciate you coming on, telling us about your manga, giving us your time to promote your product. Everybody go cop the merch, the sneakers, the manga. And when is the anime coming out?
So I don't want to say too much right now, but
spoiler alert.
We working on like some things like some more along a pilot, like some animated pilots to get a couple minutes of animation out there, and then see who bites at more funding. So that's how the game works,
Yeah,
I feel you. One more time, how can everybody get in touch with you? Just the Instagram and everything. How to get the merch?
Yeah,
drop that one more time.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys want to check out ZEROSNAKE.com. That's where you find everything, and from merch into newest news. And also, if you guys want to check out some more of Unrivaled before you devote to buying it, if you just enter your email in the bottom of the website, you guys could actually read the first 2 chapters absolutely free. So ZEROSNAKE.com is one of them. You follow me on Instagram, is ZEROSNAKE.media. You can see from animations to me working on new stuff, just shows. And last but not least, if you just want to check out the footwear, it's ZEROSNAKE.footwear.club. And I appreciate everybody.
All right, bet. Appreciate you coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, like and subscribe for the YouTube channel. Support our other shows. We got Tap In Tuesday. Hopefully Zell will be back. Hopefully he good where he's at. B.A.E. Chan, support them. Support Then and Now. Support Loose Cannons. Wednesday Night Fights. Support the World Crew Entertainment Group, the page. And we'll see y'all on Tuesday. And Tyrone, appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, man. My honor. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
No
Bye.
problem. Peace.
Peace.